The Steadfast Tin Soldier. Once there was a group of 25 tin soldiers wearing their beautiful blue uniforms. They stood tall and straight, all of them brave, good soldiers. Number 25 was named Will. He had only one leg because the man who made these soldiers ran out of legs, so poor Will could only have one leg. But he was just as brave as the others, and he stood tall and at attention. Impressive. These soldiers were put into a box and given to a boy, birthday present. The boy kept them in his toy room, a room full of toys. And there were other toys there, including one beautiful dancer. Her name was Alyssa, a paper maiden ballerina. Her name was Alyssa. And when Will saw her, he fell in love with her. For one reason, as a ballerina, she would hold her hand, one hand at least, high above her head, but she also put one leg very high above her head, as ballerinas can do, so that she seemed to stand on one leg. And Will loved that, and Will thought, oh, I wish she could be my wife. I know we could be so happy together. Okay. Then in the evening, the boy would put the soldiers back into the box, but during the night, the toys would play. The following morning, the boy put Will, for some reason, on a windowsill near the window. A gust of wind came and blew poor Will out the window, and poor Will fell down into the street so that his hat was actually wedged between two rocks of a cobblestone street, I think. Oh, this is terrible, but Will was brave and steadfast. Firm. Then it started to rain. Oh, terrible rain, heavy rain. But Will, what could he do? Steadfast. Then it stopped raining, and two boys found Will. They made a paper boat. They put Will on the boat and put Will in the canal so that Will started floating down the canal. Will standing there bravely, of course. Soon the canal went into a tunnel. This is not good. Will in the tunnel, moving along in the water. The paper boat, of course, absorbing more and more water. Danger, poor Will. But along came a rat, and a rat tried to stop the boat and said, "What is your pass?" But Will didn't say anything, just stared bravely. Suddenly the boat whirled past the rat, and the rat was left, fortunately, behind, complaining. Down, down, down the tunnel. So Will had escaped the rat. So having escaped from the rat, Will's problems Will had not yet escaped all difficulties, because pretty soon he heard the sound of a waterfall, and he knew that his little paper boat could never survive the fall down a waterfall. We're not told whether this was Niagara or a short distance, but it doesn't matter much. He couldn't escape, though, so he had to be steadfast and strong. Stood tall in his boat, on his one leg, of course, down the waterfall, down into the water, sinking, sinking, sinking. Oh my God, I will never see Alyssa. I will never dance with Alyssa. This is the end for me. But the sight of that blue object sinking and swirling in the water caught the attention of a fish. Fish swam up to Will, looked at him, and then swallowed him. Oh my God, it was dark in there, inside the fish. But just then, very dark, but just then the fish started to thrash and toss about a lot. Dancing what? I don't know. And then was very quiet and still. And pretty soon, wow, light. Fish had been caught on a hook, and by someone, by some human being, So before long, Will found himself in a kitchen. A woman, a maid, housemaid apparently, a cook, had cut open the fish and had found Will. What's this? I think it'll be a toy. I'll take it to the toy room for the little boy, for the little master of the house. So she wiped Will off, took him to the toy room, and look, it's Will's old toy room. There are his 24 fellow soldiers, and there, Alyssa. Alyssa was still there. Wonderful, his heart was beating. But then something very strange happened. The boy picked Will up, said, "Oh, you smell like fish," threw Will out the window. Oh my God, this is not the happy ending that we thought. We thought, happy ending here. Story not finished yet, though. So now Will landed in the garden outside. Oh, so close and yet so far from Alyssa. But then, not long after, a gust of wind, these gusts of winds, you have to look out for gusts of wind. A gust of wind had caught Alyssa, and poor Alyssa was blown out the window, down into the garden, and landed right next to Will. There they are, looking at each other. Their hearts are pounding excitedly. They move, I don't know how, a little closer to each other, and Will said, "Will you be my wife and stay with me forever?" "Yes," she said. So there they spend the rest of their days, apparently, in the garden. Winter, summer, doesn't matter much. Now, I would think Will can survive a winter. Can the paper dancer survive a winter? But we don't ask questions like that. She always remained true to Will, and Will always remained true to her. Will, the steadfast tin soldier.
The Steadfast Tin Soldier. Number 1. Why did Will only have one leg? Number 2. To whom were the tin soldiers given? Number 3. Who was Alyssa? Number 4. Why did Will like Alyssa? Number 5. How did Will wind up outside of the window? Number 6. What did two boys do with Will? Number 7. Why did the rat stop Will? Number 8. How did Will get away from the rat? Number 9. Where did the water lead Will? Number 10. How did Will get out of the fish? Number 11. Where was Will taken by the maid? Number 12. What did the little boy do to Will? Number 13. How did Alyssa wind up in the garden? Number 14. What did Will ask Alyssa?
The Steadfast Tin Soldier. 1. Who lived in the wooden box? 2. What was each soldier like? 3. What was wrong with Will? 4. What happened to Will's leg? 5. How was Will compared to the other soldiers? 6. To whom were the soldiers given? 7. Where were the soldiers? 8. What did Will see on the far side of the table? 9. Who was in the doorway of the castle? 10. How did Will feel about the maiden? 11. What did Alyssa do well? 12. Why did Will think Alyssa had only one leg? 13. What was Alyssa wearing? 14. What did the little boy do when in the evening? 15. What did the toys do in the dark? 16. Where did the boy put the soldier the next morning? 17. How did Will fall out of the window? 18. What happened while Will was stuck in the dirt? 19. Who found the toy soldier? 20. What did they do to Will? 21. Where did the canal empty into? 22. What did Will wish? 23. Who did Will meet in the tunnel? 24. What did the rat want from Will? 25. Where was Will's boat headed next? 26. What did Will do? 27. What happened to the boat? 28. What caught a fish's eye? 29. What did the fish do? 30. What was it like inside the fish? 31. What did Will feel the fish do? 32. What did Will see after a while? 33. What had happened to the fish? 34. What did the cook do to Will? 35. What did Will see? 36. What did Will realize? 37. What did the boy do to Will? 38. How did Alyssa come outside? 39. What did Will ask Alyssa? 40. How did Alyssa reply? 41. Where did they get married? The Steadfast Tin Soldier, TBS. 1. How many tin soldiers were in the wooden box? 2. Describe the soldiers. 3. What was wrong with Will? 4. To whom were the soldiers given and why? 5. Where did the soldiers live now? 5. Where did the soldiers live now? 6. What did Will see on the table in the nursery? 7. Describe Alyssa. 8. Why did Will think Alyssa had one leg? 9. How did Will get outside? 10. Where was Will stuck? 11. What happened to Will after the rain? 12. What did the soldier wish for? 13. What did the rat say to Will? 14. How did Will get away? 15. What was at the end of the tunnel? What happened to Will underwater? 17. What did the fish seem to do? 18. Who found Will next? 19. Where was Will put? 20. What did the boy do to Will and why? 21. How did Alyssa come outside? 22. What did Will ask Alyssa?